The scene may be Twickenham and not the Gabba. The ball may be oval and not round, red or pink, but the spirit of the Ashes will be alive and kicking when England and Australia run out for this Saturday's Autumn International. By all accounts, this is the main event for England. After last weekend's misfiring 21-8 victory over Argentina, the Wallabies provide a significant step up in competition before Eddie Jones' side wrap up their series against Samoa next weekend. Jones, a lover of cricket as well as rugby, will no doubt have a close eye on the Ashes series that kicks off next week. Yet it was not Jones who sparked the usual war of words between the two sets of coaches. That duly went to his old sparring partner, Michael Cheika, and a man who he coached on numerous occasions during his spell in charge of the Wallabies in Stephen Larkham, the former fly half now working under Cheika's guidance. England vs Argentina player ratings. 15 show all England vs Argentina player ratings. 1/15 Mike Brown 6 out of 10. His day ended prematurely when he landed head first after claiming a high Landaho kick. There was no need for Nhia as he was knocked unconscious and replaced for the rest of the game by Samesaroko Daguni. Giddy. 2/15 Anthony Watson 6 out of 10 moved to fullback upon Brown's departure, and while it gave him more space to run in, he wasn't able to use it. One counter-attack that looked to have legs quickly ended when he passed behind the four men outside him. Giddy. 3/15 Jonathan Joseph 6 out of 10 alert enough to snaffle a loose ball that led to a penalty for England, which Ford turned into 3 points. Looked the livelier of the two centers. But then that didn't say a lot. Giddy. 4/15 Henry Slade 6 out of 10. One nice chip in behind the Argentine defense proved the highlight, but he aimlessly kicked the ball away soon after half-time, and when he had Hughes outside him in space, he threw the ball a long way forward. Not the display he will have wanted. Giddy. 5/15 Elliot Daly 6 out of 10. Starved of ball in space and didn't have an awful lot to do. Saw one chance go begging as Watson kicked possession away when he was outside in space. Giddy. 6/15 George Ford 6 out of 10. The Twickenham faithful will have feared the worst when his first kick at goal struck the upright, but he soon settled with the boot. His play with the ball in hand was much better, and his pass for Hughes try displayed great awareness and execution. Giddy. 7/15 Ben Young 6 out of 10 couldn't link up with Ford as well as we've seen in recent times at Welford Road, and kicked possession away far too often in the first 30 minutes. His voice could be heard barking the defensive orders. Giddy. 8/15 Mako Vunipola 7 out of 10 sent backwards and up by Nahul Tata's Kaparo in one first half scrum, but his carrying was very good as he burst a couple of tackles in the first period, found his feet soon after and shored up the scrum, and could be happy with his showing. Giddy. 9/15 Dylan Hartley 6 out of 10. His normal reliable self in the lineout, but lost the ball in one carry when he was double-tackled low. Defensively he was reliable though, and departed on the hour for Jamie George, much to the crowd's delight. Giddy. 10/15 Stan Cole 6 out of 10 penalized midway through the first half that Juan Martin Hernandez failed to turn into 3 points. His side of the scrum was rock steady until he lost his binding just shy of the hour mark, and after a couple of good carries he was replaced by Harry Williams 12 minutes from time. Giddy. 11/15 Courtney Laws 7 out of 10. Lovely pass in the first half put Rob Shaw into space, with the forwards linking well out wide. Good work rating carrying, and he made a point of getting around the park and supported the backs. He also did well to wrap up Argentinian ball in the maul, which saved England's line late on. Giddy. 12/15 George Cruz 6 out of 10 ran the line out to his usual high standards, but will have been disappointed to see the driving maul malfunction when on the Argentine try-line, replaced soon after by Joe Launchbury. Giddy. 13/15 Chris Robshaw 7 out of 10. Another of England's more prevalent figures with his defensive work rate, looked to have a bit of niggle in his game, which is unusual, but he contributed to the defensive cause magnificently. Giddy. 14/15 Sam Underhill 8 out of 10. A flying start to his Twickenham debut. A ferocious tackler who has mastered the art of going low, and his technique should be shown up and down the country on Sunday morning to all aspiring young rugby players. Shuddering tackle on Santiago Gonzalez Iglesias early on set the tone, although sometimes he was a little too overeager and conceded a couple of penalties for a no-arm tackle and being off his feet. Still, he was the best performer out there by far. Giddy. 15/15 Nathan Hughes 7 out of 10. Excellent reactions to catch Ford's long pass, juggling it off his shoulder before running a good line to score one-handed. Carried strongly all game until he was replaced by debutant Sam Simmonds for the final 10 minutes. Giddy. Cheika's words will not have gone unnoticed after he accused England of intentionally targeting opposition halfbacks with late tackles, and it will have no doubt caught the eye of this weekend's referee and New Zealander Ben O'Keefe. Obviously they are a big side. Strong. They are a very powerful side. They will try bully us around, Cheika said on Thursday after naming an unchanged side from the one that beat Wales so impressively last weekend. Traditionally that's the way the game has gone. They try bully us at scrum, at the line out and at the ruck trying to get into it. Niggle, trying to get into our halfback after he passes. The 10 after he passes. There's so much footage of that. Wait for us to crack. Cheika added, if you get away with it, it's legal, isn't it? We like to take the game to the line. There is always a danger of that happening when you play the game at the line like that. Just got to get back up and get on with the next thing and understand it's going to happen. I have not seen the referee. I won't highlight it to the ref. What's the point? It's part of the game. I'm not complaining. It's what happens. You know that when you play the game at the line, you can't let it get you rattled and you can't be complaining about it or carrying on. Just get up off the floor and get going. It's all in your head, that stuff. It's not like it's physical. You're going to get tackled in footy. It's just a mindset of saying that is going to happen, so get up and get going to the next thing. Eddie Jones gives his assessment of England's win over Argentina. When these accusations were put to him, Jones brushed it off, insisting that I don't have a response. We play the game legally. Larkham's words failed to trigger a response, too, although the former Test fly half's comments were all the more surprising given that he played 39 times for his country under Jones between 2001 and 2005, including the unsuccessful Rugby World Cup final in 2003. They've had a lot of close games that they've won, so he's done a good job in that respect, Larkham said of Jones. But if you look at the resources they have over here, he's probably a little bit spoiled from where he's come from. There's always going to be pressure when you've got pretty much unlimited resources around you. And what he's got now, I think the facilities are top class and they've got plenty of resources in and around the team to make the most of the situation. Stephen Larkham jibed his former head coach Jones by labeling him spoiled. Giddy. Larkham later explained what he meant by his spoiled claim. Their facilities. Pennyhill Park is pretty phenomenal, and then just the amount of staff they can have. Consultants coming in, squad sizes, players to choose from and support from the RFU. Anything they want, they pretty much get. I mean, not that we don't get that. I think the Rugby Australia try to give us everything they can, but there's not an unlimited bucket of money. We want Australia to bring their best form to the game. We want to play against them at their best and see how we go. Somewhat unusually, Jones was not interested in the war of words, although once he's had time to digest the comments coming out of the Australian camp he may yet take a different view. Instead, Jones returned to his love of cricket and experience of the Anglo-Australian rivalry to put a different spin on the mind games. "There's nothing better than an Australia v England sporting contest," he said. "We've had it in cricket. The Rugby League was on the other week and I watched that with interest. I'm looking forward to Saturday. It should be a ripper of a game. We want Australia to bring their best form to the game. We want to play against them at their best and see how we go." That decision to stay away from the headlines could well be due to the fact that he feels England's preparation is best focused on themselves, given the size of the challenge ahead of them. The Wallabies are not the side that they were last season anymore, and Cheika has done well to rebuild them a second time, a fact not lost on Jones. With England and Australia second and third in the world rankings respectively, this autumn test will mean an awful lot to the two head coaches. And if Jones prevails on Saturday night, he won't care one bit what's been said over the last 7 days.